Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our ShatterPause review of Cons of Tarkir. I'm here with TheMagicManSam.
Yes, I'm here, and most of our audience is definitely gentlemen. You don't have to really say the ladies part. Probably lady and gentleman. We'll go with that.
I like to think that my voice could bring at least two ladies.
To the yard, to the graveyard, maybe. Are we talking about Timur or Mardu today?
Mardu. So
Mardu.
I guess we weren't not too worried about the yard at this point, but we are worried about either smashing a helm or mashing helms.
Yeah.
In Zergo Helm Smasher. He's our 7/2 for 5 haste orc warrior, and he attacks each combat if able. He's indestructible as long as it's your turn, and whenever a creature dealt damage by Zergo dies, which is every turn pretty much, you put a +1/+1 counter on him. So, those stats immediately remind me of Fido Titan. But I think this guy has got something going for him that Fido Titan does not, which is A, costing 1 less, B, haste, and C, it not dying every turn.
Right. So you're looking at forcing your opponent to use its removal spells on their turn, or, I mean, obviously Banishing Light, I think, is just going to be a strong card all around throughout all of these standard tournaments and whatnot. For me, in particular, I absolutely love the 7/2 body. That it's just absurd. It's like so absurd, you know? And the fact that I don't know, it won't die to any creatures, so like almost like the defense is basically its toughness is almost irrelevant. I think at this point they just said like, well, he'll be a 7/2, you know. I guess the 2 is important because it dies to Magma Spray and Magma Jet and all those things, but I don't know, I think those stats alone make this card just so attractive to me because it's just absurd.
Yeah, I think in this particular set they made him have 2 toughness so that he can't defend against morph creatures.
That
Fairly
makes sense
certain.
too.
But, I mean, he'll always be tapped anyway because he attacks each combat and he's got haste. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just a 7/2. GG. Next up is Ankle Shanker. It's 5 CMC again, man. These are all 5 mana cost dudes so far. 2/2 haste. And whenever it attacks, creatures you control gain First Strike and Death Touch until end of turn. Now, that's a combo.
Ankle Shanker.
Ankle Shanker. The most fun goblin to say of all time.
I was about to say it's very fun in the mouth. It's very hard to say. It's a tongue twister of its own. This is something that I love in Magic that has become more rare, and that is having a sense of humor of itself. Like I feel like Magic is very playful back in the old days with cards like Show and Tell, and I don't know. There's just a lot of cards you could point out from the olden days where Magic didn't have its total footing yet, and it still was like making fun of itself. And this card feels like a throwback to that. Not only is it goblin, it feels, you know, like goblins are typically that they're funny, but it's called Ankle Shanker, and even the name matches its ability, and that's absurd. And I love that that throwback to the humor.
Yeah, and I read something on Reddit. It might not be true, it might be true, but I heard that when they were developing Theros and they were looking at Fabled Hero, he was originally going to be Achilles, and he was going to have protection from all creatures that have a commanding cost other than 5.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
wow,
and I was thinking
that's
like
really cool.
Yeah, with Ankle Shanker, I'm like that's perfect, right? That flavor is incredible.
Yeah, that flavor is absurd, but I mean that in a text box is also like ridiculous. I don't think that's ever been printed on a Magic card. Like protection from everything except for converted mana cost 5. You know,
it's a long way to go for a joke, and they didn't end up going for it. But I'm still happy that Ankle Shanker is a card.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that it's a constructed card, but it certainly makes you win every combat you swing in Limited.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like a 5-drop that isn't Zergo. Why would you be playing with this card other than, you know, over Zergo if you're going to play a 5-drop at all in an aggressive deck? I don't even know. But the fact that they both have haste kind of makes them a little bit more playable. I mean, like I said, the flavor is perfect and on spot. And if you notice, I feel like the trajectory of both of their bodies is going the same direction. I don't know if that's a conspiracy or not, but we'll get to that later. You see, they're both like running the same way.
Exactly. They're both going to the right.
Yeah.
Sweet. So Butcher of the Horde. Now, this is a guy that's got people thinking about standard. He's our 5/4 flyer for 4. But you sacrifice another creature, and then he gains either Vigilance, Lifelink, or Haste until end of turn. So, you know, you're imagining turn 4, sacking something, and then you're definitely choosing Haste. just beating it for 5.
Right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I ran I'm in a Magic the Gathering cover band called The Horde, and Butcher is actually our drummer. So this is a salutation to Butcher in my bands. And if you notice, he has 4 arms, and that makes for a fucking good drummer.
He has 4 arms and 4 forearms.
4 He has 4 forearms. That is true. 4, arm things.
4
like drumming.
forearms for drumming.
Yeah, right.
And that's
right.
that's what you want in a drummer for sure.
Unfortunately, the size of our band continuously gets smaller the more we practice. So, but we play very fast.
Yes, I mean you have to be pretty vigilant about what you let this guy get away with.
I know it's more of a lifestyle, and linking that to Magic cards is one of my favorite.
Okay,
ways
we have to go to the next card before someone throws up. Crackling Doom. It costs red, white, and black. It's an instant, and it deals 2 damage to each opponent, and each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures he or she controls. That's pretty good. I don't know, like it's killing the creature that you probably want dead anyway, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this card is great against like Coercive Crucifix, which will be everywhere all the time. Like I'm just thinking about all the removal cards or like cards in general against Courser, since I think that's going to just be the premier card for a while. So being able to get that off the table on turn 3 in response is pretty sweet. I don't know. Every time I see the word each, I always think Commander too. So I'm sure that Commander players are excited about that.
Yep.
Even though like the 2 damage is irrelevant.
This is going to be a great Commander card.
Yeah.
Don't fear the lightning.
Don't ride the lightning, baby.
Ride the lightning. Mardu Ascendancy, part of the Ascendancy cycle. It's red, white, and black because it's Mardu, and its enchantment. It says whenever a non-token creature you control attacks, put a 1/1 red goblin creature token onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Sacrifice Mardu Ascendancy. Creatures you control get +0/+3 until end of turn. Now,
Yeah,
that's
that
kind of
felt
a
the
it's kind of a
funkiest
weird
to me
one.
because because like the toughness boost is very interesting in a deck that wants to just be super aggro. It's like a glorious anthem for toughness, but I don't know. I don't know if we'd ever actually want to run it. Maybe?
I'm not sure that it's a standard card. I don't think this is a standard card, but I think it's a fine card in an aggressive Mardu deck in Limited. I mean, getting goblins is awesome. Going wide in this set is pretty sweet.
Right.
And then I don't know, the +0/+3 throws me off every time. It feel like it should be +3/+0, but maybe that was just too strong.
Right.
But either way, I mean, this is one I'm definitely going to be drafting early on to see if it's really good. Plus, I mean, doesn't that just look like that girl from Power Rangers?
Oh my God, you're absolutely right. Holy cow, what is her name? Like it starts with a Z.
I don't remember. I could just picture her laughing and like making little clay dudes.
Oh, they're called putties, and she is called what is her name? Rita Repulsa, maybe.
Rita.
That is right.
Yes.
Yeah,
So if she's Rita, they should have made this guy more. Oh, he's wearing gold armor. Maybe he is Goldar.
Yes. Oh my God,
dude!
It's a Power Ranger set.
It's the Power Ranger set. I can't even believe it.
Wow.
Chief of the Edge, black, white, 3/2. Other warrior creatures you control get +1/+0. I've personally played against this card, and it is a beating. It is huge.
Yeah, I absolutely love this card. I built a sort of semi-budget warrior tribe deck, and this card seems to be one of like the foundations for it. It's pretty valuable. Like a 3/2 for 2 is strong by itself, and then if you're playing on, I mean, I don't know how like well you're going to be able to draft a bunch of warriors in Limited, but that little boost is always pretty solid. So
yeah, of all of the uncommons in the set, I can see this one being a powerhouse in a black-white aggressive deck, and then you pair it with like the black-white god that just makes your things hard to kill, and man, that becomes a powerhouse. Plus, this dude is providing 2 loyalty to that god, so
yeah,
that's crazy.
She's also moving in the direct,
exactly
bottom
left to right.
Top right.
Left to right's important. So what? Yeah, okay. So they're all facing left in this shot, so maybe they are going the wrong way.
I don't know. I think that these guys they're synchronized. I don't know. Something about the direction of movement is saying something. I'm just saying.
Well, this one's charming. So Mardu Charm is our instant. Choose one. Mardu Charm deals 4 damage to target creature. Put 2 1/1 white warrior creature tokens onto the battlefield. They gain first strike until end of turn. And target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land permanent from it. Or, I guess, card, not permanent. And the player discards that card. So, instant speed discard is pretty good. But the other two functions are also really amazing.
Yeah, there was I read Paulo Vitor Dama de Rosa's review on charms, right? And he ranked them all, and this was like either his first or second, because when you look at a charm, you want to see like, you're paying for the options, and you want to make sure obviously that all those options are relevant, and the more narrow they are, the better they are. But this card by itself is worth playing because of that third, like the third mode is why you want to be playing this card, and like the other two are basically bonuses, or the first mode, I should say, because the first mode kills, like I said, Courser, and it kills like Stormbreath Dragon and a lot of the other big hitters from the set.
Yeah, actually, I think Stormbreath Dragon dodges this one because it's got white in it.
Oh, you're right. You're totally right.
But every other four powered guy, I mean, especially Courser, like this does come out at the same time as Courser does, so. I think evaluating a card in Standard based on its interaction with Courser is extremely legitimate, and Mardu Charm actually does a very good job of that.
Yeah, in the middle like mode, it feels like a salute to Selesnya Charm. It seems like it's, if you're totally ahead on everything, that's the only mode you're going to use. Like, I don't know many too tough. It kills a Morph Dude, of course, those 2 white warrior tokens, but. Yeah. I don't know. Those feel like overkill, or it just feels like I would never be using the middle mode, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing the warrior deck in limited, maybe you will want those 1/1 or 2/1 or 1/2 first strike guys in some kind of like defensive situation.
Yeah,
but dealing 4 damage to a bomb seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool. The Rough Rider, the pink rhino. So it's a 5 mana cost 5/4. When it attacks, target creature can't block this turn. Presumably because they're distracted because there's a pink rhino on the battlefield.
This art is fantastic. I absolutely love it so much. So much.
Yes, the orc on the rhino seems to be having the best time.
I actually believe Kev Walker is my favorite Magic the Gathering card artist, because every time I say I love a card art, it's always him. Believe it or not.
It looks like he had a lot of fun drawing it. Like, I don't know, I picture Titanic with the arms wide open, like I feel like you should flip this over. You should flip this over on the battlefield and like start playing Celine Dion on your phone in the middle of FNM.
Yes, it is another 5-drop. This doesn't have haste, so it's not going to be dodging any icebergs. I think you're correct in the assessment.
Yeah, this is definitely the Titanic, and it should be altered as such. The Ponyback,
right?
The Ponyback Brigade is one of my favorite morph cards in the whole set. It costs 6, but the morph is only 5. It's a 2/2 by itself, but when it enters the battlefield or is turned face up, put 3 1/1 red goblin creature tokens onto the battlefield. Now, the reason I like this one is because this is one of the few morph cards where you sort of want to save it until their end of turn instead of a combat situation.
Okay.
It's such a beating to have an extra 3 attackers, like with, I don't know, essentially haste since they came in at the end of turn. I've been beaten with this card twice already, and I've only played 1 FNM, so
yeah.
It's pretty good. I'm painting a pretty dark picture of my first FNM with this set because I did very poorly.
Yeah. See, yeah, I haven't played with any of the cards yet, so it's hard to say. I'm just remembering like old cards of Magic's past, and there's I think it's from Lorwyn block. There's a black goblin card that when it enters the battlefield, it brings like 2 goblins into play as well. Anything with like a card like this that just brings extra tokens is so good. Like, they're misleadingly good, just to get 3 extra dudes. I also look at this, the combo side of me just really wants to play Perforos so bad lately, and getting this dude to turn face up with Perforos on the battlefield seems really fun.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's an extra 6 damage. That's nuts.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know, like the humor here is so fun. Like,
yes.
I think the art is unbelievable, and then Ponyback Brigade,
Oh,
not
I know.
horseback, Ponyback.
The Mardu set, or the Mardu clan, is just so fun. Everything about it is so fun.
Yep. And not in like a sick Rakdos way, in more of like a fun, just outlandish way.
Yeah, exactly. It's got that cute, like, Ponyback. Come on.
Right.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Howl of the Horde is our 3 mana cost sorcery. It's just red. And when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. If you do, you may choose new targets for the copy. Or if you have raid, meaning if you attacked the creature this turn, you get to basically copy it twice and choose targets for all the copies. This effect isn't that popular in a constructed environment, and I'm not sure how good it is in limited. Like, this might just be a trap rare.
Yeah, this cards like these give me a headache, but I guess like think about this late game with paired with a lava axe, not like a lava axe, but like a lightning strike or something. Being able to copy that twice, I don't know, seems fun. It seems ridiculous, but you're right, it's a trap rare. It's so strange and narrow, and
yeah, it's very needy. Like, it requires that you attack with something this turn, which admittedly is very doable. Like, raid is a very easy mechanic to set off.
Yep.
But you must have that's an instant or sorcery spell in your hand, and then you're using an instant speed spell at sorcery speed. Like, I don't know how I feel about this card. I don't think it's that good, but someone's probably going to prove me wrong in the sealed event at some point.
You have to have some sort of mana it has to be a late game spell too, because it costs 3 mana by itself. So like, what are you copying that costs maybe 3 or less too on top of that? So
exactly. So if you're casting a burn and wiping their board or just dealing 9 to their face, yeah, it's great. But if this is stuck in your hand when you finally lose the game, you're not going to feel awesome.
Right. Why not just run another lightning strike? I don't know.
Exactly. Jeering Instigator, another super fun goblin card. He's a goblin rogue. He's a 2/1 for 2, but I don't think you're going to be playing this guy face up. So when he's turned face up, if it's your turn, gain control of another target creature until end of turn. Untap the creature, it gains haste until end of turn. I'm a little unhappy that they said if it's your turn. I just love the idea of being able to steal one of their creatures on their turn. But maybe that effect is just too powerful for 3 mana.
Yeah, like steal one of their creatures and then throw it under the bus of another creature. Like, it's just a kill spell in a way.
Absolutely. Force a trade of both of their creatures with each other. That's such a blowout.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And then you still have a 2/2 at the end of that.
Exactly. So I think this is a huge bomb rare in limited, but in constructed, like, taking the time to morph it and then taking the time to unmorph it, 6 mana over probably 2 turns is not that great in an aggressive deck, and then you just basically get a 2/1 for your trouble. So
yeah, that Act of Treason on a body is pretty fun. It's a whimsical card just because of the art and the effects. Like, haha, I got you, I got this. Look at, you know.
Yeah, you got what, Seedri's hat, the Sultai Broodmaster or whatever. Yeah, that's
Goblins
super cool.
on ponies.
Exactly, he's trying to catch up to his brigade.
Yeah, I've noticed that Act of Treason is a pretty powerful effect. Remember, like, Zealous Conscripts in the Aristocrats deck from a couple standards ago was really powerful just because of that effect, being able to steal one of the creatures. And so who knows, like, I don't know if it would be constructed playable, but I still love Act of Treason. You know, I think it's a fun mechanic.
Yes, absolutely. And this is going to be a huge blowout in limited for sure.
Yes.
Horde Ambusher. It's our 2/2 for 2, so already super playable in limited. But whenever it blocks, it deals 1 damage to you, so it does have a downside. The morph is unique. You just reveal a red card in your hand. You don't have to pay any mana for it. And when it's turned face up, target creature can't block this turn. This card is nothing but upside, in my opinion. Like, you're going to be... Like, why would you block with this after the fact? You already have a 2/2 with your morph anyway.
Right, yeah, definitely.
So, I think this is a pretty strong effect. Like, it's essentially a free trigger for them not blocking in standard. Like, this might just be a standard playable.
Yeah, it's really fun, and anything that can, like, flip a morph card basically for free, just revealing a red card in your hand. I don't know. It seems really doable and easy because you can just play it and then flip it immediately and then attack in.
Exactly. You get that effect immediately for free, which is pretty sweet.
Yep.
So the Mardu Blazebringer, our 3 mana 4/4. When it attacks or blocks, sacrifice it or at end of combat. That is a weird one.
Yeah, sacrifice it at end of combat. So, yeah. It doesn't even have haste, so it's really funky.
Yeah, I don't know. That's really strange. Obviously, Undercosted Body is pretty awesome. It's a warrior, so it does get all of your effects from your warrior pumps and limited, but you really need to make the right choice when it comes to attacking or blocking with this guy.
Yeah, he really shouldn't be a warrior. He should be a berserker. Like, it's just a flavor fail there because he just blows up at the end of turn. You know, he's the dude who's bringing down Helm's Deep, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Make sure he's pointed in the right direction before
he's running the right way. He's running the right way.
He is running the right way. He's running left to right. So he must be good. Under costed 4/4s are cool. I like them.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to evaluate this card. I need to play with that card before I can really say yes or no to that one. This guy I do like, though. The 2/3 for 4, which isn't super awesome. But when it enters the battlefield, if you attack with the creature this turn, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player. And 2 damage is the magic number when it comes to killing morph guys.
Yeah, he's the... I can't see the card on the screen. He's the archer, right? The piercer?
Yes, he's the human archer, and he looks like Genghis Khan.
No, he's badass. He was one of the first cards revealed. I absolutely love him. The art, I think, is fantastic. Another knockout. This really cool, very detailed, glamorous looking dude, and then like this backdrop that's kind of sandy and out there. I don't know. I look at that, and then the flavor matches the archery kind of aspect of the card can just shoot 2 damage while he, when he enters the battlefield. It's just really cool.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's super playable and limited.
Yeah. And a 2/3 again, he's just a perfect body still for morphs that are still existing on the table, just for having 3 toughness there. So
so he's the morph killer for sure.
Yeah, he's so cool.
The Worn Name Aspirant is our 2/1 for 2. It's got a raid mechanic, so when it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it, if you attacked with a creature this turn, so it becomes the 3/2 if you've attacked with the creature this turn, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, a 3/2 for 2.
Can't be blocked by creatures with power 1 or less, so it's not going to get stung by something with one power. Like, especially if you've got your raid triggered, it becomes a 3/2. Then it's basically trading equally or trading up.
Yep, and it nukes the tokens, like any tokens in any form. It nukes that card that gives you 2 1/1 warrior tokens at the end of turn, or soldier tokens or whatever. I think they're soldiers. Hell, it gets through Elspeth.
Yeah, it gets through Elspeth, runs past goblin tokens.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I could see this card being played in a standard deck.
I mean, and it's a warrior too, so it goes with the warrior theme if you're on that black, white, red gig,
If you're aspiring to be the warrior deck, this is your
could
card.
be a 4/2. So, I don't know. Seems like it has potential.
Yeah, seems very good. Aerostorm. Such a cool name. What does it do? It's a 5 mana sorcery. Deals 4 damage to target creature or player. But if you attack with a creature this turn, it deals 5 damage to creature or player, and the damage cannot be prevented.
Yes.
This seems like it's your removal spell for red. It's, 5 mana, remove a thing. Seems pretty good.
Yep. Or 5 mana Lava Axe.
Yeah, totally. And you do your Alpha Strike, you've enabled Raid, maybe do your last 3 or 4 damage, and then boom, they're at 5. Nail them.
Boom.
I like it.
This is a finisher and limited, and that's about it.
Absolutely.
These dudes are facing the right way, mind you. The last 3 cards have been left to right, so.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
Yeah.
Canyon Lurkers. This is our just vanilla morph dude. He's a 5/2. Morphs up for 4, which is pretty sweet. You just play him for 3 and then morph him up for 4. A surprise way maybe to do 5 damage, but it just does not trade favorably with other morph cards.
Yeah, not at all.
But they are facing the right way, which is nice.
Yeah, they get it too. They're on the right side.
The War Shrieker. He's a 3/3 for 4. When he enters the battlefield, if you attack with the creature this turn, add red, white, and black to your mana pool.
Yes, some ritual effects. These guys have potential to be broken just because mana is so powerful, and it fixes all of your mana. Like, I don't know, something like this could be a lurker in terms of constructed. Like, who knows?
I think it's a very good card in limited, especially in a set where your color fixing it's there, but sometimes you get hung up, and if you're missing that one color, this might just be the dude that you get to play. Like, you've got your mountain, and you've drawn your other 3 mountains. Then you play this guy, and you can finally play that Mardu charm that you have in your hand.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be so fun to chain this dude into another War Shrieker and then into something else. You know, it has that Burning Tree Emissary effect. If it costed 3, that would be really, really cool. But, uh, I don't know. I like this. I mean, a 3/3 body for 4 isn't too bad.
Exactly,
So
and it's like he's kind of run ahead of the pack because he is facing left. He's run ahead of
no,
the
you're
pack,
right.
and he's like, what are you guys doing back there,
Bro.
bro? What you guys doing?" So he's calling everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's leading the pack. I appreciate that reference there.
This guy's running away, man. Valley Dasher. He's a human berserker. He's got haste, and he attacks each turn if able. See, the berserker checkbox is filled here. Definitely going to
Okay.
die to something.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely.
But having a 2/2 for 2 with haste, that's pretty good.
Well, what's nice about that is we're talking so much about raid. This is just a raid enabler. So it helps you like turn all those effects on the same turn. Like late game too, you've enabled just to play this guy, and then like whatever raid card you're holding, like Arrow Storm in your hands, then it just gets it the same turn, which is nice. So
Absolutely. So I'm a fan of this guy. So
yeah.
we're going to go to black cars now. The Blood-Soaked Champion.
Ooh, I love this card a lot.
I love this card too. Human warrior, so warriors are important. 2/1 for 1. He can't block. Oh no. But he's got the raid mechanic, and for 2 mana, you can return him from your graveyard to the battlefield. So he's coming back, man. He's back in black.
Yeah, he has a lot of different potential, like straightforward, just 2/1 black aggro card, like a tormented hero type card, and gnarled Scarhide. Like any sort of really super fast aggro deck wants to play him. The other option I see for him is I wish soon enough we had like a Zathrid Necromancer type card, because he's just a free kind of, you can sack him and bring him back in a way.
Yes.
He's like an infinite character. And the fact that he goes from graveyard to the battlefield, it just makes that a little bit easier.
Absolutely. And
So it has a bunch of enter the battlefield effects, like again with Perforos, or ultimately, he is just a value creature because he doesn't die. And I like seeing him with what's his name, the Timerit card. There's just a lot of synergy.
The Murder King. He is great with the Murder King. You're right.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I'm gonna brew this guy into like a Paul Dunn mono black aggro type list again.
Exactly.
I think that the deck is on the rise after rotation. So we'll see how everything shakes out. We don't have a lot of data yet, but I think this guy's gonna be a standard player. The Bellowing Saddle Brute is a 4/5 for 4, which is sweet. But when it enters the battlefield, you lose 4 life unless you've attacked the creature this turn.
Yeah, we've already said that raid's pretty easy, so
Raid's easy,
4/5
but
is
even
awesome.
if you haven't enabled raid this turn, I feel like a 4/5 for 4 is kind of worth losing 4 life for.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's a warrior. Man, there's so many warriors in this set.
Yep.
Speaking of warriors, Skull Hunter. It enters the battlefield tapped. It's a 2/1 for 2. But if you've attacked the creature this turn, target opponent discards a card. I feel like this is a standard card as well.
This is a staple in the warrior deck I built as well. Just being able to go like turn 1 that blood-soaked champion dude, and then turn 2 attack with him, and then tap 2 and get it, another card out of the opponent's hand. Either they're like dealing with the blood-soaked champion right away, or they're losing a card. So
Exactly.
he's fun.
This is sort of a built-in 2-for-1 if you're playing it in standard, because you're gonna get a dude on turn 1 usually.
Yeah.
You're gonna design your deck that way. So, yeah, I think that Skull Hunter's gonna be really good. Wingmate Rock. This bird rocks. Hot, 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 hot.
Yeah. Oh shit. He's I didn't realize he's a Mardu creature.
But yeah, he's the 3/4 flyer for 3 and 2 white. But it's got raid, so when it enters the battlefield, if you attack with a creature this turn, put a 3/4 white bird creature token onto the battlefield with flying. And whenever it attacks, you gain 1 life for each attacking creature. So, of all the mythic rares in this set, I feel like this might be the strongest one. I mean, other than Planeswalkers. But as far as creatures go, I feel like this is the one.
Yeah. He's value. It's interesting that he's mythic because he doesn't feel mythic at all in terms of like his flavor or his anything, but he's just a strong card. You get 2 3/4s basically that fly, and just keep gaining life. So,
Absolutely. I agree with you that it doesn't feel like a mythic rare at all. It feels like a good rare, like a very good rare.
Right.
But if it was like Jeff, Wingmate Rock.
Yeah. He needs a name, or like Wingmate Rock 1 and 2. Like, I don't know.
Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Wingmate Rock Stars.
Another good altar idea.
Yeah, left to right.
Timely Horde Mate is a 3/2 for 4. If you attack the creature this turn, return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's quite the helpful little trick. He is running right to left, but he's bringing his bro with him, which is really nice.
Yeah, he's such a bro, like such a bro.
Back to the head with you.
And the sweet, the like subtle hair ties for the horse is cool. Good flavor there.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's a fine card for limited. Don't see it in standard.
No, not really.
Our Firehoof Cavalry is an interesting one. So on one hand, 1/1 for ones, even with abilities in general, aren't that good, right? Like, I don't love him. He's going from right to left, which is also an indicator, obviously, that it's a poor card. It does have the ability to get +2/+0 and gain trample multiple times per turn. If you've got 8 mana, you can do it twice, make it a 5/1 with trample, which is sweet.
Yeah.
But the thing I do like about this card the most is that if you play it on turn 1, you're activating all of your 2 mana cost raid triggers.
Right.
So whether or not it's worth it to play a card like this to enable your turn 2 raid stuff, I mean, that's going to be a question. But I feel like in general, this card just is not strong enough to be part of a 23.
No, I don't like it very much. It's exactly what you said. I have nothing to add.
Absolutely. Plus, it's leaving behind that like Marty McFly DeLorean fire trail, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. He kind of looks like a doll. Like, it looks like very small, you know? This is a little monument or something. I don't know.
Absolutely. The Mardu Hateblade. Why we gotta be hating, man? Gotta be hating. So he's a 1/1 for 1, which, like I just said, isn't good, but he gets Death Touch until end of turn. So maybe this is the dude you want to enable your turn 2 raid stuff.
Yeah, this dude is a threat. Like, I think in terms of limited, just having the option to just kill anything, basically, that doesn't fly or that has no evasion is always a threat. So he's a nice body. He would be a better choice, at least for me, over the other 1/1 almost always. So.
Yeah, and he feels like an Abzan card to me, actually. At least kind of fits that whole Outlast thing where it's like you want to sit there with your white and black creatures, you know, and just have that ability to gain touch to like really have your Outlast set off. So maybe this is a dude that plays for 2 clans.
Yeah, we don't really know, man. He's just a hate blader. He just wants to kill things. His art is super cool. Like, I love it.
It is. Hate Blade's gonna hate.
Yes.
So the Mardu Horde Chief is a 2/3 for 3, so awesome against morph creatures so far. If you attack the creature this turn, put a +1/+1 white warrior creature token onto the battlefield. So he's a warrior, gets you more warriors, but doesn't really give any warriors a bonus. So if you're playing warriors, this is a sweet dude, and you do get 3 power and 4 toughness for 3 mana, which is pretty awesome.
Yep, and like you said, going sideways is really important. So a 2/3 body again is just hating on morph dudes, and then getting your extra blocker, just chump blocker if you need it, or an extra point of damage on the other swing is pretty sweet.
I like it. So the banner and the 3-color land are sort of disinteresting. I do like the banner here. I mean, I like the cool skull with the flag and everything. Like, that's pretty sweet. Mountains on fire. And the dude waving hello at the top of the mountain, which is pretty nice.
Hi.
Hey, guys.
Hello. We're here.
Sweet. That's the whole clan.
That's it.
What do you think is your favorite card from this set? Or not this set, but this clan in particular?
This clan, I was surprised that the card that I chose for my favorite card from Cons, which is Raider Spoils, isn't actually part of the clans per se, but it really, really is a salute to the clan. We're talking about warriors the entire time, and I'd say that that's my favorites. As far as just what we reviewed in terms of flavor and playability in like limited and whatnot, I really like that archer dude, the Heart Piercer. I think that he would be my choice for favorite for limited. So
Mardu Heart Piercer. I also love Mardu Heart Piercer. I'm gonna have to pick the Mardu Skull Hunter as my favorite. I think.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
I think he's the most interesting for standard anyway. So
yeah, definitely.
That wraps up our review of the Mardu clan for Khans of Tarkir. Thank you, Sam, for coming on and helping me review this clan.
Thank you, Corey. I appreciate the time and effort and puns.
Puns are important. You know, did I ever tell you about the time that I entered the pun contest?
No, you didn't.
So I entered 10 puns that hoping one would win, but no pun intended.
See, yeah, I mean, that's just, pun intentionally terrible. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, join us next week when we review a different clan.
Yay.
See you guys.